tightening tires. So first off, let's just start with all the tools you're gonna need. So this is the stuff that's gonna come in your car. And this is the stuff you can have at your home, or you don't even need it if you don't want to. It just makes stuff easier. So let's start with the jacks. So we have jack, baby jack, we've got the jack stands. So the jack stands you just use at home. They just give you a little bit more stability so you won't have to worry about it falling. So then we have the torque wrench. And so we got this one, and this one, all to tighten the lug nuts. And so this is what you'll have in your car. And so you got that one. This one's gonna be a little bit easier to use, and this one's gonna be speedy fast. So we're just gonna use that one later in the video. All right, so the last thing I wanna tell you about is the key. So our tires have a special key that fits on to lock so no one can steal your tires. Not all cars have that, just if you do, it should be in your dash or with your spare tire. First, let's start with baby jack. So right underneath your car, you're gonna have the lifting point. And this is gonna be what you're gonna use whenever you use any jack at all. But so we're starting with this one. You're just gonna go ahead and stick your thing under this on and just start going. So you wanna make sure that it's all the way on the lifting point and just start twisting. So when you feel it lift up off the ground, then you wanna loosen your lug nuts. Because if you get it too high, you lift it all the way up, and then you start trying to loosen them, it could knock the car off the jack. So you wanna loosen them now, and then once you loosen them, go back and finish lifting the car all the way up. So we're back to the first tire, and before I get started, I want to say a couple things about the lug nuts. So it's important to make sure that they're not too loose, because if they're too loose, the tire can come off. But it's also important to make sure they're not too tight, because if they're too tight, it can warp the brake rotor or break the lugs. So you want to make sure they're in the right position, and the way you can do that is by a star tightening pattern. So the first time, you just put it on and just get them snug. Once you get them snug, you go in the star pattern. So across, 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 and you get them all snug. And then after you do that, you give them like a partial torque. So just get them tight, not all the way, and you go around and do it again. So after you do that, you'll go on with the full torque and get them all the way to it clicks. So once you get to the click, you go around all of them, and then you just want to check for your work. So you're going to just go over again and hear that click one last time. And then you're done. Okay, so here's a couple tightening tips. Number one is you want to start at the bottom with the bottom lug nut. That way you can make sure it gets all lined up good. Number two is as you go around, you make sure you don't bounce when you're tightening it. You tighten it smooth and easy. And then one of the last things I'm going to tell you about, if you don't have the torque wrench, which I've been using, and you have this wrench, this is about 1 foot long, so if you're 200 pounds, don't put your full weight on it. If you're 100 pounds, you're going to need to use your entire weight to get this down. So you got to put a lot more force than when you're using this, but make sure, like I said before, not too much. All right, guys, so now you officially either learn how to change or rotate your tires. Great job! All right, now remember, if I can, you can.